to the screen. All right. So hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Samantha Bruno. I am the Assistant Director for Graduate Career Services here at the Marxe School, and I'll turn it over to my colleague, Suzanne, to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Suzanne Grossman, Deputy Director of Career Services and Alumni Relations, and happy to see you all tonight.
That's great. Thank you. So just to give you an overview of what we do here at Marxe Career Services, so we are your, if you remember what career services was like back in undergrad, yes, we do resume reviews, we do cover letter reviews, mock interviews, LinkedIn, but we are, your next step. We know that you're not here for your first resume. We know you've written multiple cover letters at this point. All of you here in this room tonight have had different work experiences leading up to your graduate school career. And so we're here to meet you where you're at. We offer all these types of appointments and, just generally career advising, let's say if you're seeking a promotion or facing some transition in your current job, it doesn't always have to be, oh, I'm looking to leave, that sort of thing. So at this time, I'm going to do a quick overview of Marxe Career Connect. So I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second. So Marxe Career Connect is our platform. It's powered by Simplicity. It's where you're going to make your appointments with our office. It's a place where you would see all the events that we have, either from our office or with our employer partners, whether we have alums there or we work with them pretty often and whatnot. Let's see. You will all get access to Marxe Career Connect after the ad drop date for the semester. So we want you to give you some time to get situated and into your first weeks of classes, and then you can then you'll have access to our platform. If you are want to access us a little bit earlier, that's not a problem. You can just shoot us an email, and we're happy to make our schedule available to you as well. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. So this is what Marxe Career Connect looks like when you're once you're in the platform. 3 things I'm going to go over today are the jobs, events, and the career advising appointments. So jobs is where you will find internship, full-time jobs, part-time jobs, anything that you're looking for that we're kind of sharing out for our network. One thing that you'll see that right now it's kind of adjusted to things that I've been looking at lately because I use it on the student end quite a lot. Something I'll recommend is that you always use all jobs, and you'll see that it's very similar to Indeed if you've used their platform for to do any search. So you have the names of the positions open here, and it'll just pull up to your job description. You can create a job alert and you can filter through the position types here, whether it's paid, unpaid. We use that mainly for internships, remote or on-site. Most of them are going to be listed in the actual title itself. The second thing I will show you is our events. So if you go into events here, so now you're here at this kickoff. Thanks for coming. What we also have our future events, including the Presidential Management Fellowship with Marxe alumni and the employer themselves. I recommend that you bookmark this page to kind of see what's coming up, and you'll also get email campaigns for our upcoming events to your email. The last thing I'll show you is how to make a career advising appointment. So you're going to go to this tab up here, Career Advising Appointment. So you'll see 2 sections here, requested and approved. So we do not take walk-ins here at Marxe Career Services. We are a mighty team of 2. So we do ask that you request an appointment when you do want to meet with us. So here I'm going to go request new appointment. We have a lot of different types of appointments, from career advising, again, cover letter review, et cetera, et cetera. If the best thing to find the most availability of our office, what I recommend is kind of just leaving all of it blank. Maybe you want to meet virtually and just to check availability. The default for this search for our appointment availability search will always search within the next 2 weeks. We do have appointments virtually over Zoom, we have them by phone, and we have limited in-person appointments as well. If you don't know exactly what you want to talk about, schedule a career advising appointment. That's pretty much, you can ask us any question under that if you're not really sure, or if you want to cover multiple things at once. You do have the option to filter it by either me or Suzanne. But again, if you want the full availability, just leave all of it blank and you can kind of see what else is coming up. So let's say if I want to make an appointment with myself for tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Let's just see. So I'm going to request this to be virtual. I'm going to say, you know what, I want to meet myself over Zoom. I always, please put in appointment details. Even if you're unsure what I want to talk about, I just want to say, want to talk about my job now. Well, okay. Then I'll submit this request to come through. So now you'll see that this appointment has been requested. What that does is prompt an email to us to say, review this appointment. If we're able to take that appointment, we will approve it on our end, and then this will get moved over to the approved appointments. Your appointments are not approved unless we do so. If you have any questions or need to reschedule your time, you can easily do so by either canceling, rescheduling, and adding this to your calendar as well. Suzanne, is there anything else that I should go over with Marxe Career Connect?
No.
Okay. Great. All right. So back to this overview. All right, next. So here's just an overview of some of the employers that we work with. So, earlier I mentioned, the Presidential Management Fellows. We do work with the Department of State, Arabella Advisors, United Nations, Port Authority of New York, New Jersey. CUNY is a big one, especially for those of us who are higher ed. We host a variety of info sessions throughout the academic year for you to get to know the employers, whether it's just knowing their hiring practices, or perhaps we have an alum there. If we have an alum at an employer, we always try and get them to our sessions just to give you an overview of what it's like to connect the Marxe graduate programs to working at that employer. Here is a list of recordings. So today's event and any other events that we're going to host over Zoom, with permission allowed, we put them up to our YouTube playlist for people to revisit. So it has everything from this Marxe Career Connect demo to employer sessions that we've held previously. We will have workshops every now and then with subject matter experts, etc. So yeah, definitely take a look. We're pretty much going to upload them right after every event ends. So just an overview of our events. So employer info sessions I mentioned. We host series of alumni chats and alumni career chats and roundtables. That's the opportunity for you to meet multiple alumni or perhaps one alumni who work in a field or in a specific role that is of interest to a lot of people in the student community, and to get to understand where their career path has come from. We do host an annual HEA happy hour in June and multiple networking nights throughout the year. We have our big one in May typically. And then we also, last year, we kicked off our first MIA networking night in the fall as well. And we'll also have career workshops as well. If some of you have seen our e-news so far, let's say if you were admitted very early on in the semester, you might have seen our workshop Search Over the Summer. That's something we've been doing for the past 3 now, that anyone who's like, oh, I'm going to wait till the summer ends or the summer starts after classes end to start looking for a job, we're there for you throughout the summer as well. Okay. We also have virtual and in-person career fairs. So since 2020, we've collaborated with partner schools within CUNY and even within the network of public administration schools to get you in-person and virtual career fairs. So every February, we're part of a consortium that does government, education, and nonprofit. This fall, we're having our first in-person career fair in partnership with the CUNY Graduate Center. It's going to be open to all CUNY graduate students and alumni of CUNY graduate programs to attend. Some of the featured employers that we have include Brooklyn College, the FBI, the New York City Campaign Finance Board. It's going to be all over government, nonprofit, and local New York City businesses. So we hope to see you there. We'll also put that in the chat as well in a second. Okay. So here is our web page, just to give you an overview of what our web page looks like. You can find our page under, let's see, student resources and then career services. So here's an overview. We have a little video that we filmed earlier this year just to give you an introduction to us again. Um, we have, again, the message for incoming students with your Marks Career Connect account. You can have an overview of our services here, some intern fellowship and spotlights that we've had over the past couple semesters. So if there's anyone who is looking for a specific employer, definitely take a look and see if anyone here has interned or worked at any employers you're interested in. And then briefly, I'll go into career resources. So this page here has a variety of resources that we've collected over the years on resume and cover letters. Perhaps you're looking for salary negotiation. We also have, specific sectors here. So government, healthcare, higher education. We have your job boards, professional associations you might be interested in, community groups, and news and other resources. I absolutely recommend that you take a look at this webpage when you have the time, peruse through it and see what's going on in your field or maybe perhaps a field you're looking to transition to. So again, this is again the overview of the career resources. I didn't scroll down far back and far down enough, but if for international students and students with disabilities, there are also resources for that as well. Okay. We have a bi-weekly e-news that goes out every Tuesday, so expect one in your inbox tomorrow. We have 4 sections typically. It's news and announcements, featured opportunities, events from our office, events around CUNY and Baruch, and then off-campus events. Featured opportunities will usually include both internships for the semester and full-time opportunities. We are always sharing things that our alumni are sending to us as well. We have 3 LinkedIn pages. So these are private groups for alumni, students, and constituents of the Marx School. We do encourage you to join. Before you do join, please make sure to update your LinkedIn to reflect that Baruch College and or the Marx School is in your education. So we have the general Marx School LinkedIn page. We also have one for the higher education program and the MIA program. Our school LinkedIn page is about, I believe there's almost 3,000 students or 3,000 students and alumni. So we are very active on LinkedIn, and we always encourage you to use that as a networking tool as well. So as you meet with Suzanne and I throughout the next few semesters, few years, you'll also get to see how we use LinkedIn to keep our alumni community connected. Okay. So the thing with, career services, consider us as part of your growth and development. So I know all of you are about to head into your first day of classes. And I know you're super excited and not nervous that you haven't been into a class in quite some time. But consider us as part of your growth and development throughout your graduate career. Consider us as like a part of your classes and whatnot. It's never too early. It's never too late to visit us. Alumni have access to us throughout even past graduation. And as you progress through your graduate program, take a stock of your strengths and weaknesses. So for example, is there a topic that you kind of find yourself always drawing yourself to research to? Is there a conversation that you want to keep rejoining, whether it's at work and then you're perhaps taking it to classes, to help figure out a problem and whatnot? We want you to start early. You absolutely can see us, but right before you graduate. But you know what? It also helps to see us, right now too. It doesn't matter when you make an appointment with us. It's a great time. We are absolutely open to have those conversations about helping you figure out what other careers are in the public sector, or that you can use with your degree afterwards as well. All right, so I will pause here. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to pause the recording. And thank you for everyone who joined us for this info session.